Sure. I bet if I ask the moms who are here, they'll know it. They'll know it. Even if we don't know it, we know it. And that's why we go looking for it. That's why we go searching for it. That's because, like I was saying, since we are made to believe motherhood is a certain way, or we create those pressures for ourselves, that motherhood is meant to look a certain way. Mothers and children are, and the bond, even the pressure around that bonding also, it's meant to look and be a certain way that or that others are doing it better, we tend to silence ourselves. We'll keep ourselves quiet and be like, okay, I'm going to endure this and I'm going to learn to be better and I'm going to try and be better and better for my child. There's no harm in fact, that is what drives us. However, that can also pull us down because we are constantly creating sometimes very irrational goals for ourselves, and that pulls us down. What guilt is a big feeling like anger, frustration, disappointment, and culturally, socio-culturally, we are made to feel those feelings are wrong. You cannot feel those feelings. If you feel those feelings, it drains into the so-called positive feelings of joy and happiness and feeling blessed and all of that. So you kind of cover that and you kind of just let that be. And it then manifests in ways like irritability or zero care for yourself, constantly giving for others, trying to be on top of everything, you know, pressurizing yourself to make the child presentable every time you're out of the house or somebody's coming over. You are going to cook and have a presentable house and have a child who's, looking happy and cute, and you're going to, make sure somehow you do something to yourself so you look okay, and you're going to show the lovely bond you have with your spouse, even if you just like, okay, this guy just sleeps off every time and I'm the one who's up all night. So you're really, really putting up an act, and that can feel still not good enough because it's really coming from within. So guilt is something I feel um, it's like a package. It's like motherhood comes with guilt. It's almost like if I don't feel guilty, I'm not a good enough mother. Have you heard that? Like if I'm not feeling guilty, if I'm feeling good that my child has slept another 20 minutes, that, oh God, maybe I should wake him up and I should do something. Maybe I must be doing something, or maybe I overfed the child baby and the baby slept. Or when I'm leaving my child at school or daycare, I am jubilant. I cannot feel like that. I have to always be connected to my child and my family and be giving and be this nurturing mother all the time, all the time. If you ask yourself, it's not possible, but that's what you create for yourself, and you think that makes you better and better. But honestly, does it make us better? Does it make us more functional? Does it make us feel happier? From the stories of mothers who I've worked with and my own experience, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Guilt just pulls us down and just creates things harder to deal with, but it's real. I will also like to say it's real. And when you started off saying that let's see how we should not feel guilty, I don't think that can be taken away. I think guilt also, like anger, like jealousy, shows a little bit to us about ourselves,
Yeah.
right? If we pay attention to it, if we try and break it down, if we try and kind of separate the self from, okay, this feeling, I'm not saying to objectify it, but really thrash it out with a therapist, with a healthcare professional, with your doctor, with your partner, with a family member, with a friend. um, Seek out help and understand what it's doing to you. It is, I think it is just, uh, it's irreplaceable. That experience, that feeling of guilt, वो आता ही आता है, और नहीं आता है तब भी डर लगता है, तब भी लगता है something is incomplete. So let's start questioning it. Let's start questioning it and seeing it. It becomes manageable then.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's because somewhere in our heads we have this idea of, like you said, no, the perfect mom that we see on TV. She opens the door for her husband who's coming back from the office. She's not that mother that walks and drained out from work, picks up a crying child, cleans the dishes. It's the idea of this fresh mother who's like the santoor mom. That's the idea that's there in our heads, and somewhere all of us just really struggle to be that person. And like, as much as I'm the person that's advocating today, saying we should not be um, trying so hard, and sometimes we just need to accept and understand, I've been there. I like when you were mentioning examples, I get that. I've put on a clean pair of clothes on my child and been like, okay, let's try to make up your mood before someone visits, even though it's the pandemic and very rarely we're going to have people visit. But still, yeah, I do find myself subconsciously getting there and being that mom.